Can someone confirm? Able to see my screen?
Yeah, Sudarshan.
Okay. So yesterday we completed discussing all the SDTM domains. SDTM, the major 4 category domains. What are those? Special purpose domains, interventions, events, and findings. Okay. And we also discussed railroad domains and supplementary domains.
Recording in progress.
Okay. So now in SDTM, we left with one last topic called trial design models. Okay. So today we'll discuss this trial design models. Okay. Okay. What is this trial design models? So what we discussed in the last classes. So these special purpose domains, interventions, and findings, these 4 category domains are different, and these trial design models are different. These data sets are different. Why different? What is the difference is, okay, all the above 4 category domains we are going to generate and going to prepare using the raw data sets. By taking the raw data sets as an input, we'll write a program, we'll generate. Now, for these trial design models, okay, your input data set, this is your input is not your raw data sets. Then what is your input? How we are going to generate? Here your input is your protocol document. Means your protocol document information we will create in the form of data sets. Okay. So here your source document will be your protocol. For all these trial design models, your source document will be protocol. Very, very important point in the trial design models. These trial design models, we won't prepare from the raw data sets. So we will going to prepare from the protocol. That's the reason these trial design models doesn't have any subject details. Subjects information we won't capture. There's no subject ID, unique subject ID. You won't populate in a trial design model. Subject details still we are not considering. We are not taking. Okay, clear? We are directly preparing from the protocol. And the protocol will doesn't contain any subject details, correct? So we don't populate any subject numbers or any dates also in this trial design models. Okay, clear? So under this trial design models, the 5 data sets are there: trial arm, trial element, trial visit, trial inclusion and exclusion, and trial summary. So these are all very, very simple and easiest domains. See the trial arm domain first. Okay. Trial arm domain. So what this domain will capture from the CRF, from the protocol. Okay. Trial arm. Okay. This domain captures the planned treatments and their elements. This domain captures the planned treatments and their elements. Okay. Planned treatments and their elements. Tell me what are the elements we have? What are the elements we have?
Screening,
Screening,
randomization,
randomization,
treatment, follow.
treatment. These are the elements we have. Okay. So these elements only it will capture, but for each treatment, we're going to capture an element. Okay. How it will capture? Okay. So we'll capture it in different ways. There are two types of studies you have, remember? Parallel study, crossover study. Tell me what is the difference between parallel study and crossover study? What's the difference between parallel study and crossover study? Tell me.
In parallel study, single drug administration will be done, and the comparison is between the placebo and the drug that we have given.
Every time not between comparison between placebo, it may be drug A and drug B also, drug A or placebo.
Okay.
Yes, parallel study, one subject will take only one treatment.
Only one treatment, yeah.
What about crossover study?
Yeah, one subject will take the two drugs, like the two treatments.
Two or three, anything.
Yeah.
Multiple treatments you will take it. Guys, others remember? In the starting I gave definitions. So the difference between parallel study design and crossover study design. So in a clinical trial, if the subject will be exposed to only one treatment, and same treatment will be continued, then it's a parallel study design. For example, drug A and placebo is there. If subject is taking the drug, same drug A will continue until end of the treatment. Subject is taking placebo, will take the same placebo until end of the treatment. In a crossover study design, subject will be exposed to the multiple treatments. So let us assume in your study, you have three drugs, drug A, drug B, and placebo. So subject will take drug A, washout period, drug B, washout period, placebo. Or may also placebo, washout period, drug B, washout period, placebo. Clear? So remember this one? So now this trial arm domain we will prepare differently for these two studies. The way of preparing the trial arm domain is different for the trial arm domain, parallel study design and crossover study design. Okay, clear? Okay. Now let's see in a trial arm domain what are the variables we have. Then I'll show you how to create the trial arm domain. Okay, see the structure of the domain. One record per planned element means for each element, for each arm, you're going to get one observation. If it's a drug A and placebo is there, for drug A, you'll get all the elements. Drug A, screening, reanimation, treatment, follow-up. For placebo, screening, reanimation, treatment, follow-up. Because some subjects will take a drug A. Those subjects will cross all these stages: screening, randomization, treatment. The treatment will be drug A and follow. Some subject will take a placebo. They also will cross all the 4 stages: screening, randomization. The treatment will be placebo and follow. Okay, like this for each element, for each arm, you'll get one observation. Okay, so here the topic variable is arm code is a topic variable. Okay, so let me give the list of variables and labels we have here. Okay, all the study designs are, we have only 4 to 5 variables only, more than that you won't have. Okay, clear? So let me give the list of variables. 1 second. These are the variables here. First, study ID. Study ID is nothing but study identifier. So the name of the study will capture domain abbreviation. So we are discussing about the TA domain. So TA. We already know these 2 variables. Now see, arm code, arm and arm code. Arm is the description of planned app. So treatment full name will capture. Arm code is nothing but short. So for example, in your study, drug A, drug B is there. So drug full name will capture here, short name DADB like this will capture in arm code here. Okay. Next, element code. Description of an element. So total 4 elements is there. Element full name, screening, reanimation, treatment, follow-up will capture an element variable. Same element short name, SCR, randomization, treatment, follow-up. Short names will capture in a element code variable. Okay. Next. TAE word, planned order of an element within the. Okay. See here. Planned order. So for each element, you have to give an order. So for example, in your study, 4 elements are there. Means for each element, you have to give a number. Is it screening 1, randomization 2, treatment 3, follow-up 2. Here only we have to give the for each element an order. Okay. Do you remember where we see this variable again? Trial element order. Did you find anywhere? Search. Object. Subject elements domain. See, there is a subject elements domain we discussed. In the subject elements domain, you have variable trial element order. So here, this trial element order, you are going to, not only trial element order, even the epoch also, you will populate from the trial arm domain only. You have to intermediate your C domain and trial arm domain. If you merge, you have to keep your trial element order and epoch values. You will get the trial element order and epochs. Okay, that's the reason in the trial arm domain you have to prepare carefully, because from the trial arm domain only we will prepare the SC domain. So here the trial element order variable you have to give correct. What is the trial element order means? For each element, just assign the number. Screening 1, randomization 2, treatment 3, follow-up 4 like that. Okay, next. Variable is TA branch. So this branch values we have to populate only for randomization values. Okay, if it is other than the randomization, autofile. Only populate for the randomization values. So what is the branch meaning here? After randomization, shift. Generally, what is the screening, randomization, treatment, right? The next branch is treatment. So after randomization, what treatment is taking? Maybe subject, if you have in your study 2 drugs are there, drug A, drug B. So randomization 2, drug A, randomization 2, drug B. So after randomization, he is branching to the which stage? Is to drug A or drug B. That details will populate in a TA branch variable. So that's the reason we will populate only for randomization element. For all other elements, you no need to populate the TA branch values. Okay. Next epoch, yes. For each element, give the respective epoch. Screening epoch, randomization epoch, treatment epoch, follow-up means follow-up. Okay. Let's see how to give. So this I told you, right? This trial arm domain will prepare differently for parallel study design and crossover study design. So let's see for a parallel study design first how to populate. Okay, let's assume in your study there are 2 drugs are there, drug A and placebo. Okay. So generally the elements will be screening, randomization, treatment, follow-up. Okay. Here the treatment will be maybe some subjects will take a drug A, some subjects will take a placebo, correct? So here how the epoch will be created. Okay, what is this epoch will be created here? See here. Screening after randomization, some people may take the drug A as a treatment and then they'll go for a follow-up. Some people will take a placebo and they'll go for a follow-up. Okay, clear? So can I say there are 2 epochs was created here? Epoch 1 will be some people will go in this flow, screening, randomization, drug A follow-up. Some subjects will go screening, randomization, placebo and follow-up. Okay. Epoch 2, screening, randomization, placebo and follow-up. Okay. So some subjects may go to in this epoch, some subjects may fall in this epoch, correct? Okay. Now see how to populate the trial arm domain. Let's see what are the variables we have. Study ID, study ID, domain, arm code, arm values, element code, trial element order, trial element branch, trial arm branch. And finally, EPO. That's it. Only these variables are there in your data set. First, ABC is your study. That's also. Now we are discussing the trial and domain. See, now we have to write for each arm. For example, if you consider the drug A, now the first step of details you have to write. If now I'm considering the drug A, so when your arm code will be drug A. Now subject may be taking, some subjects will take a drug A. So when you take a drug A, he has to follow all these elements. So first is screening. Element code will be short name, screening. Element order for screening and giving the one. Branch details not required. Now epoch will be screening epoch. Okay, screening epoch. Now same thing. Trial arm. Now still drug A. Now subject is taking now drug A only. And after screening, it should be randomization. So the next stage is randomization. Element order is okay. Now branch details we have to populate. After randomization, what subject is going to take it? Randomize it to drug A. Epoch will be randomization epoch. Okay. So done. Second observation. An ABC study. Trial arms. Drug A. Drug A. Now what is the element is treatment. So what is the treatment is taking here? Drug A. So your element will be drug A. Element code will be short name. Okay. Now order is 3. Epoch is treatment. Now ABC study. Same for drug A. Now the last element is follow. Follow. Element order 4. Epoch will be followed. Okay, clear? Now we have 4 observations for drug A. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 observations. Okay. 4 observations. Now again for epoch 2, you're going to get 4 observations. 4 plus 4. Now you're going to get totally 8 observations in a trial arm domain. Now same thing has to repeat for now for placebo. So instead of drug A, it should be placebo. Study ID domain, your arm code will be placebo. Your arm code should be placebo. Okay, screening. Same for again, after screening for placebo, now randomization. Study domain, now your arm will be placebo, then randomization. So you are randomizing to now what is the branch? Randomize it to the placebo. Randomization. Next third is treatment. So here the treatment will be placebo. Same for arm and arm for placebo. Okay. Placebo. The treatment. So finally fourth one is follow. Okay. Now see 4 plus 4, totally 8 observations are getting. That's it. So this is how we have to prepare a trial arm domain for a parallel study design when we have a 2 drugs. When you have a 2 drugs, 4 plus 4, 8 observations. But suppose in your study, if you have a 3 drugs, for example, drug A, drug B, drug C. So how many observations you will get in your trial arm domain? Let us assume in your study you have drug A, drug B, and drug C. 3 drugs are there. Then how many observations you will get it in a trial arm domain?
12 observations.
Correct? 12 observations. 4 plus 4 plus 4. So here previously you got 8. Now 3 drugs are there. So drug A, when you screening randomization drug A follow 4 observations. Again, screening randomization drug B 4 observations. Another report will be created. Screening randomization drug C and follow. Okay. So 4 plus 4 plus 4. 2 observations. Okay. To see the same scenario in real time also. For example, in this project. So whatever I type it in, here in the notes, should be already available in the specification. So directly they will give in the specification itself all these details. Those who are given to use senior statistical programmer, this trial, all the trial design models, they will give in the specification itself. Okay, just you have to import that specification, you have to create the data. See, for example, in your study, remember in the starting, I shown you one protocol document. See, this study is about 2 doses. One is 50 mg and 100 mg comparing with the placebo for Alzheimer's disease. So totally 3 drugs are there, 50 mg, 100 mg, placebo, correct? So for this, they prepared the trial arm domain C. What are the variables you have? Study ID, domain, arm code, trial element order, element code, branch, and apply. See. So first 50 mg they are taking. For 50 mg, arm and arm code short name. Okay. Element is screening. Next randomization, blinded means treatment. Post treatment is nothing but for. The element order 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, same thing they are doing for branch for 400 also. Sorry, 100 also, 100 mg, 100 mg screening, randomization, treatment, post treatment. Same for placebo. Screening, randomization, treatment, post. Clear? Here they wrote it for branch for generally for randomization alone, the branch is enough. For others, branch is not much required. Clear? So this is how trial arm domain is prepared for the parallel study. So this everything will be given in the specification itself. But how this specification also was prepared, I was explained in the notes. This you have to know. This you have to aware. Because we'll get an interview question straightforward. In a trial arm domains, okay, they'll ask a question: what is the trial arm domain? How will you prepare? If it is a parallel study design, how many observations will get? If it is a crossover study design, how many observations will get it? How you will get? So this part you have to explain to them.
Sudarshan,
Yeah.
like you showed earlier, it is a 50 mg and 100 mg drug, right? So is this a parallel study or a crossover study?
Parallel study design only. Yeah, because one subject is taking only one drug only.
Oh, not about the units, right? Whatever the units it is, it only depends upon the drug name.
It depends on the drug name only. Units what mg.
Like 50 dosage, like 50 mg, 100 mg, it doesn't matter.
50 mg, let us assume it's one drug A. 100 mg drug B. Placebo is another. 3 drugs.
Okay.
Like drug A, drug B, drug C.
Mm-hmm.
I shown you here, right? Drug A,
Yeah.
drug B, drug C. Drug A is a 50 mg, drug B 100 mg, drug C is placebo. 4 plus 4 plus 4, 8 object, 12 observations.
Okay.
Okay, so this specification they will give directly. Programmatically, what we have to do, right? Very simple. Directly, you have to import this Excel or CSV file, create a data set. That's what you have to do. Programmatically, it's a single step. This much programmatic only you have to do it. 2 minutes of work. That's it. Write a proc import the CSV file. Out equal to, for example, data set name is TA, and in this Excel, which sheet you have to import TA sheet. So mention the sheet name, DFBMS CSV file, sheet TA. That's it. Run this program, TA data set will be created. Then give a labels. Then what is the last step? Labels, right? Apply the labels, keep the variables in the order. That's the data set will be created. Programmatically, this is the work only you have for all the trial design models. Just to write a proc import. All the 5 trial design models, you import it, create a data set. 2 to 2 minutes time. Okay, but still, this how it was prepared. Also, I was trying to explain you because you may get interview questions. Okay. So now we are clear with the trial arm. This is for parallel study design. Then how about crossover study design? Let me give that example also. So in a crossover study design, there are 3 drugs are there. Let's assume drug A, drug B, and placebo. Okay. In general, epoch would be screening, randomization, treatment. Now the treatment will be screening, randomization. Some subjects will take first starting with the drug A, washout period, drug B, washout period, follow. Some subject will start with the drug B, washout period, drug A, washout period, placebo. Some subject will start with placebo, washout period, drug B, washout period, drug A, and follow. Now see how many observations we'll get. So if the subject is taking drug A, drug B, and placebo, so one epoch. If he's taking drug B, drug A, placebo, another epoch. If he's taking placebo, drug B, and drug A, another epoch. See under each epoch, how many elements you have? Screening, randomization, drug A is element, washout period also element, drug B also element, washout period element, placebo element, follow. Total 8 are there. For epoch 1, 8, epoch 2, 8, epoch 3, 8. 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24 observations will get. So let's see an example. The first I'm considering the first epoch. So here the arm is drug A, drug B, and placebo. Now arm is drug A, drug B, placebo. If any subject is taking the variable in this order, he has to cross all these elements. Drug A, drug B, placebo. So first screening, then randomization. Again, third is drug A, washout period, drug B, washout period, placebo, and follow. For each element, give me the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The branch we have to populate only for the randomization. Randomize it to drug A, drug B, placebo. Epoch, they expect to epoch. Screening epoch, randomization epoch. First treatment epoch, first washout period epoch, second treatment epoch, second washout period epoch, third treatment epoch, follow-up epoch. Now, same thing you have to repeat. Now we did it for drug A, drug B, placebo, right? Same we have to repeat for drug B, drug A, placebo. For drug B, drug A, placebo, again 8 observations will get it. For placebo, drug B, drug A also, again 8 observations. So 8 plus 8 plus 8. Okay. So this is how we have to populate for trial armed for crossover study design. To understand the difference for parallel study design and crossover study design. Okay. So by seeing your trial arm domain also, we can get to know whether it's a parallel study design, crossover study design. Because the way of capturing an arm variable itself is different. Okay, clear? Clear trial arm, everyone? The trial arm only it is a little bit difficult. Remaining all the trial design models are very simple. Any doubts here, trial arm? No doubts? Okay. So if no doubts, we'll move to the next domain. Trial element domain. Okay. So what this domain will capture? What are the elements you have in the study? And for each element, what is the start rule and end rule? So this domain captures the start rule and end rule of an elements. Start rules and end rules of an elements. Okay. So what are the elements you have? Screening, randomization, treatment, and follow. So this domain will capture like screening starting rule, screening ending rule, randomization starting rule, randomization ending rule, treatment starting rule, treatment ending rule, follow up starting rule, follow up ending rule. Can tell me anyone what is the screening starting rule will come? If any subject has to enter into the screening, what rule he has to satisfy? Before screening, what it will be there? Yes. Before screening.
Inclusion and exclusion criteria is there, right?
That is at the time of screening we'll do, right? We'll check the screening is nothing but checking the inclusion exclusion criteria. Before screening, we'll take the informed consent sign, right?
Yeah.
So subject has to take the informed consent sign. So if his informed consent is signed, informed consent, then it enters the screen. So that is the starting rule. The ending rule will be like after, for example, if screening there for 10 days, after 10 days of screening started, will be your ending rule. Randomization starting rule. When is subject enter into the randomization means first he has to complete the screening. So after completion of screening will be the starting rule. Ending rule will be, for example, your randomization there for 2 days. So after 2 days of starting of randomization. Treatment starting rule after completion of randomization. Ending rule. Let's assume your study was there for 20 weeks, 30 weeks, 70 weeks, 60 weeks. For example, 60 weeks means after 60 weeks of treatment started. Treatment will be eliminated. Okay. Follow-up starting rule. Treatment has to complete. Follow-up end rule. Study has to complete. Clear? Like this for each element. Starting rules, ending rules, we have to capture. So, let's see what are the variables we have. Only these variables we have. One record per planned element. For each element, we'll get one observation. So 4 elements means 4 observations will get it. In a trial element domain. What are the variables you have? Study ID, domain name, element code. Element is the full name, element code is the short name. So element start rule, end rule variable, and duration of element. Duration is nothing but, for example, screening there for 20 days, for 10 days, randomization is there for how many days, treatment is there for how many weeks, follow-up is there for how many weeks. The duration will capture. Okay, let's see an example here. See. Study ID, domain, unique. Sorry, study ID, domain, element code, starting rule, ending rule, duration. See, screening starting rule, informed consent, ending rule. After up to 10 days after the start of an element. So duration will be 10 days. So here in your study, screening will be 10 days. Randomization. See, randomization is after completion of screening. After completion of screening will be a randomization. Ending rule, 1 day after start of an element. Your element here, randomization there is for only 1 day. Now it's a treatment. After randomization completion. At week 2, your treatment is starting. So your study. So observe the study design also. See, screening date minus 10 means day 10 days before. Randomization day 0. Week 2 treatment is started. At randomization at week 2 treatment started. 24 weeks after start of an element. 24 weeks after start of an element, treatment will be completed. Okay. Post treatment, 24 weeks after the completion of treatment. So from here the follow-up will start. Ending rule, following is study exit. End of study. Clear? So your treatment there for the 24 weeks. Your follow-up is there for 5 weeks. See? Week 25 to week 29. 5 weeks is there. So this is how trial element will be prepared. To directly import this CSV file and you can create a trial element. Okay, clear? Easy? Okay. So the next trial visit domain. Trial visit domain. So what this domain will capture? Same in a study, in your protocol, what are the scheduled visits are there? What are the scheduled visits? These are scheduled visits, right? Day 10, randomization baseline, week 2, week 4, week 8, week 12, week 24, week 28, week 29. This scheduled in visits details. Trial visits will populate the visit information. That too scheduled visit information will populate in a trial visit domain. Okay. The planned visit information and their start rules and end rules. If you have information, we'll capture the rules as well. So the main thing, see one record per planned visit arm. For each visit, we'll get one record. Topic variable visit number. Other variables you have study ID domain. The main thing, these three variables: visit, visit number, and visit date. So you have to write what is the visits you have, what are the scheduled visits. For each visit, what is the visit number and visit day. Also, we will populate in trial visit domain only. From here only, in other domains will populate. Do you remember subject visit domain? You see, subject to visit domain. So in the subject visit domain, you can see this visit number and visit day. What we discussed at that time, visit number and visit days for scheduled visits. Visit number you are deriving from the trial visit domain. Visit day also you are deriving from the trial visit domain only. For unscheduled, it is previous record plus 1. For visit day, it should be none. But for scheduled visits, visit number and visit day, you will derive from the trial visit domain. So now, whatever we are discussing trial visit domain, here for each visit, the visit number and visit day, we have to populate here. So from here only, subject visit domain will be prepared. From the subject visit domain, in all other domains will be visit number and visit days will be populated. Clear? Then we have to carefully populate visit number and visit days here. Right. Okay. That's for each arm. Arm is nothing but drug name. Arm code is nothing but short name. If you have rules information, you can capture the rules also. Visit start rules and end rules. Okay. See how we'll capture trial visit domain. So in this study, what are the visits are there? Screening. First is screening. Next is randomization with baseline. Next is week 2, week 4, week 8, week 12, week 18, week 24, 25, 29. All the planned visits, for each visit, give the number, visit number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Visit day is nothing but number of days. So for example, baseline, if you're taking as a 1, okay, how many days before the screening was happened? 10 days before, minus 10. Okay, it's as a baseline 1. Now next visit in a week 2. So how many days from the day 0? 15 days. Okay, next visit week 4. How many days? 29 days, 57 days, 85 days, 127 days, 169 days. Number of days you have to populate from here. Okay, and if you have arm and arm code details, you can capture. And rules you also, if you have, you can capture that information also. Generally, what is the rule will come? See, screening, what is the rule? 10 days prior to the randomization phase. What is the randomization rule? Prior to the administration of trial medication. So you have to come for a visit before the medication start date. Week 2, day of administration of trial medication. In a week 2, we'll give the study drug to the subject. His next visit is 2 weeks after the administration of the trial medication. It means from here 2 weeks you have to come. Then 6 weeks from the trial medications, 10 weeks from the trial medications, 16 weeks, 22 weeks. Like this, you will get a visit. Rules. Okay. You maybe rules you can capture directly with this specification you'll be having. You can capture, but this is important. Visit number, and visit date. Visit number, visit. This is you have to populate correctly. If you enter any wrong numbers here, it will affect all your domains. Okay. So already specification they will give. From the specification, you have to import this Excel and create a data set. Clear? Clear? Any doubts till now? Any domain? Trial element, trial arm, trial visit. Able to understand, guys? Trial visit domains. Next is trial inclusion and exclusion criteria domain. Trial inclusion and exclusion criteria. See, this domain will capture the planned inclusion and exclusion criteria. So in your protocol, you will be having the inclusion and exclusion criteria questions, right? So for example, this protocol, if you observe, 5 inclusion, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 inclusion questions are there. See how many exclusion questions are there. Any indication of forms, it will be female BA pregnant, current diagnostics. Like this, there are 26 exclusion questions are there. These questions only will capture in a trial inclusion and exclusion criteria. All these questions only will capture. One record for each question. Topic variable is IE test code. See the variables and labels. Study ID, domain, IE test code. Test is the question, inclusion, exclusion criteria. That point is there. Even more than 200 characters also it was allowed. Okay. Test code will be the short name for each inclusion. For example, exclusion 1, exclusion 2, exclusion 3. For each criteria, each question, give me the test code. For each inclusion, you can give the test names like this. Inclusion 1, inclusion 2, inclusion 3. Like that. Okay. IE category means the question is belongs to inclusion or the question is belongs to exclusion. If you have any extra information, subcategory, major inclusion, minor inclusion, you can capture. Okay. And if you have any rules information also, you can capture. Generally, there won't be any rules. If you have, you can capture in your study. So this is important. Version, protocol version. This is very, very important. Some studies, you have a multiple protocol versions. Version 1, version 1.1, 1.2. All the versions, all the questions we have to capture in a trial inclusion domain. So let us assume 10 inclusion criteria are there. In your 1.1 version, 12 inclusion criteria are there. So along with 10, the extra 2 also we have to capture in a trial inclusion domain. And you have to differentiate 10 and 11 and 12 with version number. Okay. See, for this protocol itself, how I am capturing the trial inclusion domain. Straightforward, you have to copy paste the question only. Copy the code, copy the question, see, paste it here. Trial inclusion. See, study ID, domain, test code, category, rules, version. So here first I am capturing all 26 exclusion question. So what is my first exclusion question is, any indication of forms of Alzheimer's other than the idiopathic Alzheimer's disease? Any indication of form of Alzheimer's other than the indication of idiopathic Alzheimer's. Second exclusion criteria, if female be a pregnant. Female be a pregnant. As this question will capture like this all the 26 exclusion criteria. Inclusion, how many we have? 5, right? If we between ages 30 to 80 years. See? All the 5 inclusion criteria I copied. See? Inclusion 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 inclusion criteria. Between age 30 to 80 years. Inclusion 1, inclusion 2, inclusion. Clear? Category is nothing but the question is belongs to exclusion or inclusion. Version. I have only one version, so I give the version number and when. Clear? So all the inclusion and exclusion criteria questions we will capture in a TI domain. Okay? Clear? The last one, trial summary. So trial summary will give the overall summary of the protocol. The domain capture entire summary of the protocol. One record per trial summary parameter value. Here we will capture the parameters. So study ID domain, sequence number, parameter, parameter code, parameter value. If your parameter value is more than 200 characters, you have to split your parameter value into value 1, value 2, value 3 like this. Similarly, coval variable in comments domain, if it is more than 200 characters, how will split coval 1, coval 2, coval 3? Similarly here also. PS value also, if it is more than 200 characters, we have to split. Okay, clear? See how the trial summary, what are the parameters will capture. This total summary like this. See, parameter will be the question, parameter value will be the answer. See, what is the minimum age, maximum age in this study? Minimum age is 30 people, maximum is 80 people. Age group 30 to 80. Units. Dose administration, we are giving 50 mg and 100 mg. Trial length, total 30 weeks was there, 30.5 weeks. Primary objective, secondary objective, total number of subjects was involved, 540. Okay, 6 participants, both sponsor name. Okay, and you have anything, it's a double-blinded study. Okay, what is the disease or diagnosis? Alzheimer's disease. Trial title. Okay, the title will be available here. Okay, every information will be available in the protocol. Okay, this title you have to copy paste. Which phase it is? Okay, phase 3. Type efficacy and safety. Clear? So we have to capture basically all the parameters which you understand from the protocol. We capture those things in a trial summary domain. Okay. In real time, you no need to read the protocol document. As a programmer, generally we won't read all the protocol. Just open trial summary domain. You can check here. You will get all the information. All the information will be available in this trial design model. See, trial arm domain you contains all the for each what are the elements you have. In element domain, what are the elements you have. In trial visit domain, what are the scheduled visits information you have. Inclusion domain, inclusion criteria information you have. Summary domain, you have all the summary details. For a programmer, what information you are required, it will be available in this trial design model. You no need to go and read the entire 50-60 pages of document. Not required. Just to read this trial summary domains and this trial design models, you will get a complete information about the study. Okay? Whenever you go real time also, smartly read the trial design models. So you will get a complete information. Clear? Programmatically, just import this Excel and create a data set. Okay, clear? So that is for trial design models. Any questions, anyone? Okay. Any questions, anyone? Ashok, Manasa, Mahabu, anyone have anything? Srinath.
No, sir.
Okay. Fine then. So this second study also I'll send. These trial design models are there in the second project. Okay. The second project also I'll send. Those who are completing the first project, they can start the second project as well. In this project also you have CPM domains, CM domain, EX domains. You can start the second project as well. Okay. Yes.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, as a request, sir, could you please explain this about the domains and all those things one time? Because why means when we are writing it, how we have to go with if and if do, like that, some doubts are coming, sir. Could you please explain and to be అంటే ఎట్లా అంటే సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ స్టేట్మెంట్ కి మన ఇఫ్ అండ్ డూ అది ఎట్లా రాయాలి ఎందుకు రాయాలి అని కొద్దిగా ఏమైనా చెప్పగలుగుతారా సార్?
దానికి ఒక స్టాండర్డ్ ఉండదండి. దట్స్ నాట్ ఎ స్టాండర్డ్ వే, ఇట్స్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ద డేటా.
అంటే మనం ఐడెంటిఫికేషన్ చేయడం అనేది కొద్దిగా కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉంది సార్.
సో దట్స్ వాట్ ఓకే, దట్స్ వాట్ బై you have to understand the data and you have to write a condition. I cannot tell you, okay, you have to use an if and else every time. Sometimes you have to use if and then do loop. Sometimes you write if and else if condition. It depends on the data, right? I cannot tell you one standard way. Okay, follow the step 1, step 2, step 3. You will get answers. It's not a program. It's not a process, okay? It's a program.
Okay.
We are doing programming, okay? We are doing coding. This is not a process, okay? Generally, there are two types of works only. Okay, BPO work, IT work. What BPO guy will do? He will give a steps for him. Step 1, step 2, step 3. To follow this step, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. You'll get answer.
Okay, sir.
But the BPO guy will do. You are a
Ah.
programmer, okay? You are a developer. Programmer and developer, you don't have any steps, okay? They'll give a data. You have to think and write a program. The
Okay.
way of thinking will be different from person to person. How
Okay.
smartly you are thinking.
Okay, sir.
For that one, no one will give the steps.
Okay,
If you give a steps, it is a process, right? It is a BPO.
Mm-hmm.
Why you are a programmer? You are a developer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can see we already discussed the programming, how to do the programming.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are discussing the concepts. Okay, you have to connect with the programming and concept. That's it. You take any programming language. Okay, any programming language you take, it will be the same only.
Okay, okay, sir.
Recording stopped.
You go for any Python or any C++, Java or .NET. No one will give the steps, right? You do follow step 1, step 2, step 3, you'll get a program. You'll get output.
Okay, okay, sir.
It's not like that, okay? It's a programming. You have to think based on the data.
I'm saying not like that, sir. I'm saying that just to identify why means we are the new to this type of study, na. That's why.
That's why, right? Yeah. Every code I was reviewing for you. I could have given the first step domain itself for a task for you. Why I explained the DM domain programmatically. I explained for you because you guys you have to know how to read the specification. From the specification, how to write a program. That's the reason first one I have explained. Remaining, I make you to write. Even explain one more code also. I can explain it. Nothing is there. What is if I sit half an hour, I can write all the program.
Sir, that is good for that you know very well, sir. Because why means when we are writing all these things means we are getting some. That means how can we identify this and how we have to write like that? We are not getting some idea. That's the thing, sir. I'm asking.
That's it. It will take up time. Okay, while you continuously you are doing daily. Now you are working on the same work. Okay, you automatically get to know. Okay.
That's the
in real time, you are doing this project, right? This project you will do for 3 to 4 years. You will sit on the same data. 2 years, 3 years until your company will leave. You will work on the same project.
Okay, okay, sir.
By end of 2 to 3 years, you remember the subject numbers also. What subject 1 is doing, subject 2 is doing, subject 3 is doing. Same data you will see daily. Morning 9:30 you will woke up, night 9 o'clock. Okay,
sir. By doing this, then that I am getting now, sir. We people are trying to write, but we are not getting. You understand my situation?
Okay. The start, okay, understanding the data. Okay, don't blindly go for a programming steps. Okay, understand the data. Why they given the step?
Okay, sir. Okay.
And to think and you have to write.
Right, sir.
Sudarshan, are you in this page, right? So I have a doubt in the PE domain.
PE domain?
Yeah.
Okay. Physical examination. Okay, tell me.
Yeah, in this, in the down. Visit number and visit is there, right?
Visit number, visit date.
Yeah, I stuck there, Sudarshan. I'm not getting it. How to
follow these steps?
Okay. Follow?
Don't follow these steps.
Oh, okay. Don't follow. Okay.
Because you won't get it. Because visit number and visit day, you have to derive from the SVO domain. Subject visit domain.
Yeah.
That's
what I thought.
Subject visit domain, you guys are not prepared. It is not available in this study. This information was not there. Subject visit domain could be ready, then just merge with your subject visit domain. You will get a visit number and visit days from there. Visit alone will be. Visit information will be available in the raw data.
Visit information sort by date.
It is there. See, the PE domain, there is a visit variable. Is there.
Oh, in the PE domain,
there is a visit DT variable is there. I think so.
Yeah, in the visit domain also, visit date is there, DT is there. In PE also it is there. In the raw data, visit raw data is also there, like Sudarshan. So in that, visit DT is there. So from that, you're telling me to sort and follow the steps, right?
Generally, this thing was prepared from the SV domain, okay?
Yeah.
What is the steps, okay? Read the step,
Mhm.
okay? Visit number, what is step they are doing? Sort the data set, create a
Mhm.
sequence number, retain the scheduled visit groups for all the unscheduled visit after the scheduled visits. If it is the first record, assign the scheduled visit and otherwise increment the value. Retain
Yeah.
the final value, store it visitable.
Yeah.
Same-
Same for the visit also. Same. Yeah. Is
Yeah.
there?
Same thing, it is, I could have mentioned in a subject visit domain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what is visit number derivation? There are two types of visits will be there. Scheduled visit, unscheduled visit.
Unscheduled visits.
For
Yeah.
scheduled visit, give the straightforward number. For unscheduled visit, give the increment by 0.1.
Plus point.
That's
Yeah.
what they do only here. Okay?
Uh-huh.
If it is a scheduled visit, directly assign. If it is unscheduled visit, increment by 0.1.
Yeah. Okay. So you told me to take the information from SV domain, right? But
Mhm.
here it is PE and visit. So I thought for 2 hours
Yeah, here
I
you
search for it and
real time also you won't take it, you won't derive the visit number and visit in any other domain. You have to take it from the SV.
SV domain.
Because SV is the main domain. In every SV, every visit information we
Uh-huh.
populate here, even if it is unscheduled visits also.
Okay.
Okay, as of now, we keep
Mhm.
you for this study, you derive visit alone.
Okay.
Visit number, visit day, if not populate also no problem. You derive the remaining other visits.
Yeah. Sure, Sudarshan. Okay.
But how to derive visit number and visit day? I could have given
Mhm.
already in examples I gave. Multiple.
Yeah.
Let's check anywhere. It will be there. Programmatically how to do it also. See? For example, LB domain, if you do it means how to do it. LB domain, your SV domain, you sort by
Mhm.
subject ID and Unix visit. Merge by subject ID and visit, you will get the visit number and visits.
Okay.
Same approach everywhere.
Okay. Okay, Sudarshan. So in the real time also, will they give the information like this only, like what you give?
Yeah, same way, specification, how I
Same
do. Same
Uh-huh.
way, real time also same specification.
Same specific. Okay. Yeah.
Every
Okay.
domain, every supplementary domain,
Uh-huh.
source variable, file name, instructions.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Sudarshan. Regarding the test papers you gave, right? Test 1, test 2, and test 3.
Hmm.
So in that also some real-time questions are there, like the time you have taken to complete the LB domain, like that. So what we have to keep there, Sudarshan?
Okay, I didn't review your test papers, right? You have sent 3 all the test papers. I'll review it tomorrow. Which are answer you don't know, I will tell you.
Okay, sure. So
Everyone sent
regarding
the test papers, I'll try to review tomorrow.
okay. Yeah, okay, Sudarshan. I have some questions regarding those test papers, so I can
We'll
ask
review
you.
tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, Sudarshan.
Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah, thank you.